Good morning and welcome to Williams Dog Training Company. We're here today with Fred and Mimi, and what we're going to be demonstrating for you today is Mimi's ability to understand and respond to her obedience commands, the corrections and motivations we give her while we are working with her, and the training equipment that we're using. Fred is using a regular 6-foot web training leash, and he's going to keep the bulk of that leash folded neatly in his right hand, leaving his left hand free to give the correction. Correction that we give is a tug and let go to the training collar, which is the second piece of equipment that we're using. Mimi's been fitted with her own personal training collar, and we'll show you how to properly use this during your one-on-one lesson. As you can see, Mimi is seated on Fred's left, which is where all our obedience training is done. The first command they're going to demonstrate is heeling, which is proper walking on a leash. And Fred and Mimi take off doing that now. The command you want to use for this is Mimi heel, and then you just start walking, and she'll fall right in line on your left-hand side. We've also gone ahead and incorporated our sit command into this. As you see right there, anytime Fred stops his feet, Mimi will sit. It's important when you're heeling Mimi that she walks at your pace on your left-hand side without pulling ahead or lagging behind. If she did pull ahead or lag behind, you say no, give a tug and let go correction to her training collar, repeat the command to heel, and then start walking again. Now the next command they'll demonstrate is our stay command, which is a hand and voice command. Fred will use the open flat of his left palm an inch or so from Mimi's muzzle and the one-word command to stay. He walks out to the end of the training leash. Now this is a great exercise to build up self-control in Mimi. You can start practicing this one at about a minute's time and work your way up in increments until you get to about 3 minutes. Now as Fred returns back to Mimi, he's going to walk all the way around her, providing an added distraction as he goes behind her, and right back to that left-hand side heel position. Mimi holds that sit-stay throughout. Fred gives her a little praise and then heels her right out of it. And he'll show you a little more of that heel, the automatic sit, as you see right there. And then he'll do the stay again with her as well. He has her in the sit, gives her the stay, out to the end of the training leash. Now this time he'll give her a minute to hold it, and then he'll demonstrate our come or recall command instead of returning back to her. He's going to call her in using her name. She comes in, he'll have her sit in front of him, and then we have a move called the finish. Fred's going to heel her right around the back of him, and gets her right back to that proper left-hand side heel position, and she sits. He'll demonstrate that recall one more time. He has her in a sit, gives her a stay, out to the end of the leash. Gives her a second to hold it, and then calls her in. She comes in, sits in front, gives her a little praise, and then the finish, he heels her right around the back of him, and gets her right back to his left-hand side heel position, and she sits. That's a good time to remind you want to practice all your commands with Mimi about 15 to 20 minutes a day. You can practice inside or outside your home, and just incorporate the commands into your daily routine with her. And next up will be our down commands. The first one here will be down from a heel position. Fred's going to use the open flat of his left palm straight down to the ground and the one-word firm command to down. He again gives her a stay and walks out to the end of the training leash. It's another great exercise to build up that self-control in Mimi. This one can be started practicing at about 3 minutes, and you can work your way up in increments on this one as well to about 5 minutes. Now as Fred returns back to her, he's going to walk all the way around her, just as he did on the sit-stay, and right back to that left-hand side heel position. She holds that down throughout, he gives her some praise, and then heels her right out of it. She gets right up and comes with him. And we'll show you that down again. He has her back in a sit, he gives her the down, and a stay, and back out to the end of that training leash. And this time he'll give her a minute to hold it, and he'll demonstrate that come or recall command again, right out of the down position.
Mimi, come.
Calls her in, she gets right up, comes into him, sits in front, gets a little praise, and then the finish, he heels her around the back of him, and gets her right back to his left-hand side heel position, and she sits nicely. I'll give him a second to get lined up for our final command, which will be down from a distance. You see Mimi's doing very well, but it's always important to follow through with your command, so if you give her one and she does not respond, you always say no first, give a tug and let go correction to that training collar, and then repeat the command you'd given her. Now this will be the down from a distance. You're going to have her in a sit, give her a stay, out to the end of her training leash. It's the only time we're going to use our right hand to give the command, and Fred will drop her into a down from the end of the training leash. You see she started to come in instead of go down, so he said no, and then he repeated his command, and she went right into the down. He then returns back to her once again. He walks all the way around, and right back to that left-hand side heel position. Excellent job. Alright, we've demonstrated for you all the obedience commands we've worked on with Mimi while here at school. It's been a pleasure working with Mimi, and we thank you again for choosing Williams Dog Training Company as your personal dog trainer.